The biggest mistake people make when they first hear "everyone is you" pushed out is that they immediately go to an extreme. They start thinking, so you're telling me other people are just puppets? They have no free will? They're fake? And honestly, that idea feels uncomfortable, even a little scary. It can make you feel like you're alone in the world, like nothing is real except you. And because of that discomfort, most people either reject the concept completely or misunderstand it in a way that ruins their manifestation journey. But here's the truth that almost nobody explains properly. "Everyone is you" pushed out does not mean people are fake. It does not mean they are robots with no life of their own. It simply means that in your personal reality, people reflect back to you what you believe to be true about yourself, about love, and about relationships. They're real, they have their own lives, their own thoughts, their own experiences, but the version of them that shows up in your life is filtered through your assumptions. And once you really understand this, everything starts to make sense, especially when it comes to one frustrating question that almost everyone has. If they can hear my affirmations, if they are me pushed out, then why are they still not reaching out to me? Let's clear this confusion once and for all. Because this is where most people get stuck. They sit there affirming all day. They miss me, they love me, they want me, they are texting me, and then they check their phone and nothing. Hours pass, days pass, sometimes even weeks pass, and still no message. And that creates even more doubt. You start thinking, maybe this doesn't work. Maybe they can't hear me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But the problem is not that they aren't hearing you. The problem is what you are actually being, not just what you are saying. Because affirmations are not magic words. They're not commands that force someone to act. They're simply tools to shift your identity. And if your identity hasn't actually changed, then your outer world has no reason to change either. Think about it like this. Imagine you are affirming all day that this person loves you and wants to talk to you. But at the same time, you are constantly checking their last scene, stalking their social media, wondering why they haven't texted, feeling anxious every time your phone doesn't buzz. In that moment, what are you really believing? Are you someone who is loved and chosen? Or are you someone who is waiting, hoping, and lacking? Because your reality doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your state of being. And this is why it feels like they are not hearing you. It's not that they aren't receiving your affirmations. It's that they are reflecting your dominant state. If your dominant state is "they are not texting me," then no matter how many times you say the opposite, the version of them that shows up will continue to match that belief. "Everyone is you" pushed out means they are mirroring your inner world, not obeying your surface level thoughts. This is where you need to be very honest with yourself. When you say "they are not reaching out," that statement itself is coming from a belief. And as long as that belief is active, it will keep recreating the same situation again and again. So even if you affirm for 1 hour that they love you, but for the remaining 23 hours, you are aware that they are absent, distant, or silent, which state do you think is stronger? Your subconscious does not get impressed by repetition alone. It gets impressed by consistency of identity. Let's take a deeper look at what's really happening. When you truly believe that someone wants you, you don't feel the need to check, chase, or question it. There is a natural calmness. There is a knowing. You are not waiting for proof because in your mind it's already done. And when you are in that state, the outer world has no choice but to catch up. But when you are affirming from a place of lack, you are basically saying, I don't have this yet, and I need it. And that feeling of not having is what keeps getting reflected back. So yes, they hear your affirmations, but they are responding to your deeper assumption. This is why two people can use the exact same affirmation and get completely different results. One person says it and feels natural, secure, and calm. The other says it while feeling desperate and doubtful. The words are the same, but the state is completely different, and the results will reflect that difference. Now, here's something important that most people don't realize. You are not manifesting a text. You are manifesting a version of yourself who naturally receives that text. And this changes everything. Because instead of focusing on why are they not texting me, you start asking, who am I being right now? Am I being the version of me who is chosen, prioritized, and loved? Or am I being the version of me who is waiting, overthinking, and feeling rejected? The outer world is just a mirror. If you don't like what you see, you don't try to fix the mirror, you change yourself. And I know this is where people get impatient. They say, but I've been affirming for days, for weeks. Why is nothing happening? But manifestation is not about forcing a timeline. It's about stabilizing a state. If your state is still fluctuating between I have it and I don't have it, then your reality will also fluctuate or stay stuck. Consistency is what creates movement. Another thing you need to understand is that there's often a hidden belief running in the background. Something like, they take time to come back, or it's hard to get them, or people always leave and then return later. And even if you are affirming consciously, these deeper beliefs will still play out until you change them. So if they are not reaching out yet, instead of assuming something is wrong, look at what story you are still holding on to. Because the delay is not punishment. It's simply a reflection of what is still active within you. And the moment your inner story shifts fully, the outer world will follow in ways that feel natural, not forced. You won't even feel surprised when they text you, because by then, it will already feel normal to you. That's how you know you've done it right. So stop measuring your progress by whether they have reached out yet. Measure it by how you feel about yourself. Measure it by how natural the new story feels in your mind. Measure it by how little you react to the old circumstances. Because the less you react to the absence, the faster the presence comes in. And this is the part people usually resist. They think ignoring the current reality means pretending or being delusional. But it's not about denying what you see. It's about not giving it meaning. If they haven't texted yet, it doesn't mean they don't care. It doesn't mean it's not working. It simply means your new state is still settling. Let it settle. You don't dig up a seed every day to check if it's growing. In the same way, you don't keep checking your phone to validate your manifestation. You become the version of yourself who already has what they want, and you stay there. And from that place, everything unfolds naturally. So if you're sitting there wondering why they haven't reached out yet, understand this clearly. They are not ignoring your affirmations. They are reflecting your identity. The moment your identity shifts completely, their behavior will shift too, without effort, without force, and without you needing to chase anything. Because in your reality, they can only show up as the version you assume them to be. And once you truly get this, you stop trying to change them. You start changing yourself. And that's when everything finally starts to move. And let me take this one step deeper, because this is where the real shift happens. A lot of you are unknowingly waiting for a sign before you fully believe. You're thinking, once they text me, then I'll feel secure. Once they show up, then I'll know it's working. But that's exactly what keeps the cycle going. You're placing the power in the outcome instead of your identity. You're asking the mirror to change first while you stay the same. But manifestation works in the opposite direction. You become first, and then the world reflects it. So instead of waking up and checking your phone, try waking up and checking your state. Are you still the version of you who feels chosen even without the message? Can you sit in that feeling without needing immediate proof? Because that stability is what actually speeds things up. When you no longer feel triggered by their absence, when you no longer feel the urge to chase or check, that's when you've shifted. And ironically, that's when they show up the fastest. Not because you force them, but because there is finally no resistance left in you. I hope this helped you. I will meet you with another golden nugget soon. Happy manifesting.